with Dr. Warren Blake, President of the JAAA. Dr. Blake, just let us take a look back on the 2017 season for Jamaica's track and field. How would you describe it?
The 2017 season was really, the season itself wasn't so bad, but the highlights and what most people remember is the performance at the World Championships, where we had a below par performance. Unfortunately, some of our top athletes got hurt and had difficulties competing in the cold weather. And we had a couple of near misses for medals at the World Champs. So we did not do as good as we usually do. But when you look at the overall point standing, we came 8th out of over 100 and odd nations. And for a country our size, that is still something to be proud of. Well, the World Youth wasn't so bad, because we did more than we did in the previous World Youth. Because the previous World Youth, we got only 1 gold medal. And that was Christopher Taylor's goal in the 400 meter. So this time around we did better than the previous edition. But that is really the last edition of the World Youth. But overall, I think our track and field future is still assured. I mean, Usain Bolt has retired, but we still have a host of other young sprinters and young athletes coming forward. We were well represented in the field events. We had shot putters, both male and female. We had discus throwers, both male and female. And that is something that we have not done ever. Well, Usain really has been a beacon for track and field. You know, his personality has really endeared him to fans of track and field worldwide and has drawn a lot of attention to track and field because when he goes to the big events, he turns up and he gives it his best performance. So the eyes of the world are usually on Usain Bolt, and as such, people want to be associated with track and field in Jamaica. So Usain retiring from this year will undoubtedly have some repercussions, but it's not going to be the end of the world. We're going to have to work a bit harder, but we will still survive. Well, most of our finances come from our main sponsor, Puma, and we have a fairly reasonable contract with them, and that is going to continue. That contract goes on until 2020. So we are still going to be assured of funds. The other funds that we make up from local sponsors and a few overseas sponsors, and we are going to still have to work for that. Most of those sponsors were tied up with 3-year sponsorships, so the sponsorship deals are ongoing, and we're not expecting any sudden fallout of sponsorship. Last year we lost one sponsor who it had come up for renegotiation, but they had indicated even from before that they felt it was time that they moved on and not sponsor us anymore. But they still have a good relation with us, and we are hoping now that with new management that they will come back to the fold again. We have several committees. We have a development committee that looks at youth development and looks at what areas we can develop in and how to go about it. So that committee will really be looking at all the performances and charting a future going forward. Well, what the IAAF had mandated was that with there not being a World Youth Championships, and I think a few people are petitioning the IAAF to bring it back on board. But what they had said in removing it is that the championships at that level should be more regional. So we'll have a NACAC youth championships, and Jamaica should be well represented there, and we'll get a more regional representation than an international representation. Personally, I'd want to see it go back to where we did in Carifta, because Carifta had moved some years ago to follow the World Youth, the World Juniors age groups, and we had changed up the whole age group things in Carifta to match that. But now with the World Youth going out, I think we should really revert back to the original Carifta format where we had under 17 and under 20 and give a wider spread.